Hey guys, it's me, G-Man. Welcome to my podcast, right here on Griffin Radio. Enjoy! Hey guys, look at me, I'm back. Right here on Griffin Radio. It's G-Man, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey there, Griffins. Whatever you're doing around the world in this quarantine life, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not already done so, please subscribe and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell there on the bottom after you subscribe. And then we are now moving all of our content to YouTube for now. So welcome to our temporary YouTube channel. So be sure to give us a big fat like if you like our content and like what we're posting here on our official YouTube channel for now until this quarantine coronavirus situation subsides, hopefully sooner than later, right? Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in again. And it's been a while, has it been? I know it's been wild. It's been about a month now since we've left the station there at Grossmont College at school. A lot has happened over the past few weeks, and this has been a hectic few weeks, not just for us, but for all of you who are watching as well and listening in to our channel. It's been pretty rough. We didn't think that it was going to end up this way, to the point where they have to literally shut down our school for the meantime and literally cut off power to our building, which means that we are no longer streaming live online, believe it or not. This probably has never happened before this long. Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's been pretty rough, not gonna lie. It has been trying to move everything virtually and online, and trying to do our classes online, and trying to produce content and bring it out there to all of you guys, even though we are temporarily not streaming. And so thank you for joining us here, joining me in my personal podcast right here on Griffin Radio as we get through this right now. And I hope we really do eventually. And we will. Yes, I have hope, guys. So right now, since I am back, talking to you guys right now, wherever you are around the world, I want you to stop right now. I know this is a little different than usual. I want you to stop what you're doing, sit down, relax. All right, drink your cup of water, cup of tea, coffee, or whatever it is. And I want you to take a deep breath right now and just relax. It's been crazy lately, guys. So if you haven't done so, or if you haven't thought of even taking a breath, which I know I haven't done lately, but this is a good time to just stop what you're doing. If you're driving, don't just pay attention to the roadway. But I know most of us are at home. So if you could just sit down or lay down on your bed and just take a deep breath. Doesn't that feel good? You guys can do it longer than that, but this is not ASMR, I promise. If you're not a fan of ASMR, that's fine. But I like ASMR. Maybe I should start my own channel. But, sometimes, you just gotta stop and take a breath, right? I mean, like, in this crazy life that we have right now, oh my goodness. It would be a perfect time, to just meditate, maybe do a little yoga here and there if you're into that. If you're not, then that's fine. You can just meditate and just, sit there, lay down, and just, amid all the craziness and all the noise around us, sometimes it's just good to just relax, take a deep breath, and know that it's going to be okay and that we're all going to get through this, okay? I can reassure you that right now. We've been through so much in life. Our parents or grandparents, they've been through so much. They've gone through so much. They got through 9/11. They got through World War I. They got through World War II. And then here we're dealing with a worldwide pandemic. And so right now, whether you think of this as, this has have been blown out of proportion, or maybe it's not of a big deal or whatnot. People are reacting differently to it. It's still considered a global pandemic, and we should be careful with what we touch. And so I know you've heard this like a million times already, but yeah, you wash your hands as much as you can during the day, at night, or whatnot, before you eat, after you eat, for about 20 seconds with warm soap and water. Scrub those two hands really well for 20 seconds and you'll be fine. Make sure you don't touch your face as much as you can. I know that's really hard because, I've been, sometimes I touch my face without even realizing it. Let's be honest. So let's go ahead and talk about what I've been, dealing with lately. Maybe you're in the same shoes as I am. If you're a student at Grossmont or Cuyamaca School District, we're in the same boat, with everyone else right now. Pretty much all around the world. That's why it's called a worldwide pandemic. So everyone is affected. And you are not alone, all right? I'm not alone. We're all going through the same thing, okay? I'm just going to tell you a little story today. My mom gave me a homemade mask that my auntie made because we run a home care business for the elderly. It's an independent facility here in San Diego. We have multiple locations, and one of our administrators made homemade masks. Now it's a thing, apparently, because of everything that's going on. So instead of wearing like a regular boring surgical mask, she made these, she literally sewn these masks. I mean, they look so beautiful. I took this blue one. It has like a turtle on it. It has like this, ocean theme to this mask, and it's so cool. And, you don't have to keep reusing the same surgical mask over and over, tossing it out and trying to find a new one. At least you can, wash this thing up, dry it up, and then you can reuse it again and save the planet. Yeah, so that's what happened today. My mom gave me a new mask. And so that I don't have to end up wearing surgical masks when I'm going out and about. Of course, looking for essential items like groceries. Yes. That's the reason why I only go out now, because apparently we're all quarantined and we should be staying at home, not unless if it's actually urgent to go outside. And but speaking about going outside, I mean, you can still go outside and enjoy the sunshine. All right, that's not illegal, okay? You cannot ticket me for going outside and enjoying the fresh air and soaking up the sun, okay? That should not be illegal. Just as long as you're practicing social distancing when you're outside, out and about. Maybe you're taking a jog, or maybe you're taking your dog for a walk, or whatever the case may be. Practice social distancing again 6 feet away from each other, I guess, and you'll be fine. You'd still go outside. It's not illegal to go outside. That would be crazy. People would go nuts over that. That's like martial law. Of course, that's not going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen, and that will not happen. Please, no martial law. This is America. So, about that homemade mask. Thank you for that, Auntie. Let's talk about our experience with school right now. Everything is virtual. Everything is online, as you may have noticed, as we are being quarantined right now. And it took us probably a solid 3 weeks for us to figure this thing all out. I spoke to my professor today. We do regular Zoom meetings. That Zoom thing now is it's a thing now. I didn't know this Zoom website existed before this pandemic went out. So I think it's really cool. I mean, it's FaceTime galore. That's what I can tell you. But I really enjoy doing Zooms. I really do. There's this feature where you can set up your background as kind of like a green screen type thing where, you don't really need a green screen for this, but if you do have, it'll be totally helpful. But you can set up like a background where you can put anything in the background. So you can insert your favorite picture and put it in the background as you're doing the Zoom meetings. That way, if you have an ugly background and you don't want to show it, you can cover it with that. So that's what I use. I use our Griffin logo as our background whenever we do Zoom meetings. And so I represent the station pretty much with the logo in the back. And so that's really cool to have. And it really impresses a lot of people, and it's more professional. So if you don't want to show off your nice house, then you can definitely use that background too as well. I found it really interesting to do. And with technology that we have today, it's so amazing to see how much we can connect with each other, even though we're technically separated physically. Because imagine like if this happened in like the 1900s, okay, early 1900s without technology, I mean, imagine how lonely people would feel. So I'm so thankful to even have, all this technology, being able to pretty much be alive in the 21st century here in 2020, and having to connect with people using something as simple as a smartphone in the palm of your hand, or a laptop computer or whatnot. And so with the current technologies that we have today, very grateful to still connect with people and not having to feel so lonely, even though we are technically separated physically. So oh, don't you just love technology? It's called the Zoom life. The Zoom life, which is now a new work from home initiative, or work from home, work in school from home. Right. You can literally go to school in your bed, still in your jammies and your cup of coffee. Isn't that right? And that's the new normal, guys. I mean, this is the new normal that we have going on right now. Remote communication and learning in 2020. This is the deal right now with everything that's been going on. And yeah, let us know below, comment below how you're keeping yourself busy, being quarantined in your homes and mostly staying at home. So comment below what you guys are doing to keep yourself busy. Or maybe if you are not doing anything at all, type that in the bottom as well. Totally feel you. If you are bored to death and you are literally doing nothing right now but listening to this podcast, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys find something to do. I mean, like, learn a new hobby or something. I know it's very limited because, everything's pretty much shut down right now. But, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of creative ways, what you can do at home. I mean, it doesn't even have to be an activity. You can just literally watch Netflix. If you have Netflix. Yeah, or you could, go on YouTube and, watch random YouTube videos. Or maybe if you haven't picked up a book yet, maybe you can read a book. Maybe some of you are not really readers and you want to do something else and you're like, nope, tossing out the book. Or maybe, taking your dog out for a walk. I already mentioned that earlier. 6 feet distance, of course, away from people. But, just as long as within your perimeter of your home, you'll be fine. And you're washing your hands constantly and just being safe. That's what it's all about these days, right? So what have I been up to? Pretty much I've been eating a lot. I've probably gained a couple more pounds, not gonna lie. It's been really hard. I mean, I have a gym membership with Planet Fitness, not sponsored, okay, but I do use that and I go there regularly before they close down because of the coronavirus. And I actually passed by Planet Fitness today and I cried a little because they're closed. It's empty. There's no one there. There's usually a bunch of people there and there's a lot of cars parked outside. It's pretty sad right now seeing that there's no one there. And I'm not able to get all my exercise done. I know it's really hard, but you have to find alternatives, having to do it in your home, and pretty much adjusting to a new livelihood for now. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of ideas out there to keep yourself busy at home and trying to keep that heart pumping and trying to be fit and healthy at this time. Of course, you can, exercise in your living room. You can set up a mat there, or, you stand on your carpet and in front of the TV screen, and then, you can do some Zumba. You can do exercises from YouTube and you can copy that. There's plenty of things that you can try to do on your own to keep yourself fit and healthy. If you don't have any dumbbells at home where you can lift weights, you could use canned goods from your pantry and lift that up. That's what I've been hearing. You can carry, you can try to weight lift your baby or or your little sister. I don't know what it is, but people are finding alternatives and it seems to be working for them. So good for them. I've just been pretty much on YouTube listening to music, watching random YouTube videos. I've been making myself Nutella and peanut butter and jelly. I've been recently obsessed with that, so I make myself Nutella and I smother it all over my waffle. I toast the waffles in the morning and I put Nutella on it and it melts right on top. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yes, I love making food, including PB&J. I've been just obsessed with that lately, and it tastes so good. Other than that, like, I go out sometimes and I just enjoy soaking up the sun. Really, you're really bored, nothing else to do, go outside and just enjoy nature outside. That'll like keep yourself awake and keep yourself pretty much alive. I know you feel dead inside. It's like, oh my god, I guess nothing else to do. You know, trying to find something to do. Yes, keeping yourself busy as much as you can is good for you, because you know, you want to be able to do some activities and all that fun stuff. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto. I've also been doing that as well. It's so fun. You might have heard in the other podcast that we do with Sarah on Giovanni and Sarah in the morning. I've been playing a bunch of GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and I love. Well, it's on PlayStation 4. Of course, and I really enjoy just, you know, stealing airplanes and cars, because you have the freedom to do that. Like, playing GTA in the city of Los Santos, which is this imaginary, like, city, which looks like Los Angeles, is the complete opposite of the current situation that we are going through right now. In the city of Los Santos in Grand Theft Auto, all right, everyone's enjoying their lives. You know, planes are flying in the air, cars are, you know, there's traffic everywhere, lots of people walking on the streets. And now here in real life, there isn't really that much going on. Moment of silence there. Yeah, I mean, like me, you could do whatever you want in Grand Theft Auto. You have the freedom. You can steal a plane. You can fly a plane. You know, if you crash the plane, you can go back to the airport and find another one. Yeah, it's an imaginary life in Grand Theft Auto, which is why I really enjoy playing it. I mean, like, if you crash a car, it really looks realistic. I mean, the damages on the cars are on point. So thanks to the graphic designers for making that. So maybe you guys are wondering, what is Griffin Radio going to do to keep running on YouTube? And so if you're wondering about that, we've been, for the past 3 weeks, we've been pretty much working remotely, trying to continue what we did at Griffin Radio back at school, except we're just doing it from home. So we're using our laptops or microphones if we have any, and we're just using all the materials and necessities and resources that we have to try to, you know, make news, pretty much newscasts that we do, the 5-minute ones that you guys hear, individual podcasts like what I'm doing right now. And we're also doing podcasts with other DJs here as well. And so we collaborate with each other. That's the plan. We'll see what happens there. Just stay tuned. Giovanni and Sarah is still a thing. We still have our morning show. We just recorded it last night. It was so fun. We can't wait for you guys to hear that. That's about an hour long. And so we're going to do about 2 hours of content a week, 1 hour from me, and then 1 hour for our morning show with Giovanni and Sarah in the morning. And so that's 2 hours a week. And then I do the 5-minute newscast once a week. So you guys are updated with news that's happening around the world. Like as if you don't already get exposed to enough news already. With everything that's going on. If it's not coronavirus, then it's Tom Brady and vice versa, okay? If it's not Tom Brady, then it's the coronavirus. All right, so anyway, shout out to Charisse. She loves Tom Brady. She's obsessed with him, and hey, I'm all for it. Go Patriots. Sorry if you boo me. Too bad. Okay, that's my team. Like, other than that, like, that's what my family roots for, okay? The Patriots. I know he moved. Just don't talk to me, okay? Just kidding. But if you love the Patriots, hey, you're on my team. Thank you. But yeah, me, Charisse, DJ Charisse here on Griffin Radio. Yes, she talks about sports. She has her own sports podcast with Thomas. I don't know if they're going to continue with that, but I hope they do. I know it's really hard to talk about sports right now because there's really not much going on except Tom Brady moving. So good luck with that. I don't know how they're going to do do that, but if they do, I hope they find good content with that. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Moving forward with how we're going to continue. We are going to continue on YouTube like as if we're broadcasting live, except everything's recorded, okay? You can listen to our commercials. We post our commercials. We post our promos. And sometimes they're all individual promos from each of our DJs. Pretty much, trying to continue the content that we normally do on a live stream, except now it's just pretty much individualized and it's all recorded. So which means it'll sound better if it's not live. Just so you know, this broadcast is not live. And so we can make good edits on here. So let's see what we have going on. Why don't you guys go ahead and comment below if you want to, how you guys are coping up with the virus right now, how you guys feel about it. If you're a student at Grossmont, let us know. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for listening in. If you'll be transferring out, or maybe if you're graduating this year, let us know too. I know it's hard for the class of 2020 right now. There will be a virtual graduation pretty much for Grossmont College, and so I'm one of them. I will be transferring out to SDSU this fall, and so all this time, I've just been really excited about graduation with Sarah, because Sarah's also graduating too. And so it's really hard knowing that now it's going to be virtual and we're not going to be able to experience a true graduation where we walk on stage. It is what it is, but to those of you who are, affected by it, I'm really sorry, and I totally feel you. I mean, we're on the same boat here. Just push through and just be strong, and we'll get through this together, and know that you're not alone, because if you are graduating this year, I'm also gonna do virtual graduation. I'm not gonna walk pretty much. I was gonna say walk the aisle. I'm not getting married. Walk the stage. Walk the stage at Grossmont College at the quad. Looks like that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So, it's, to me, I'm a little bummed out. I'm sad that we're not going to be able to experience that. But at least I'll be getting my diploma in the mail in a couple months. But it's not fun. It's not the same without graduating with your friends, and so it's really hard having to do that virtual graduation. Looks like Sarah's she's not really interested in virtual graduation. I don't know about me if I'm gonna do it. I think I'll just do it just for the fun of it, I guess, but seeing how it's like. But it's not gonna be the same as like doing a real graduation. And so if you're going through that right now, class of 2020, this is for you. We're all in this together, and you're not alone. And I totally feel you, and I'm sorry that we have to go through this. Just hang in there. I know you've been working hard your whole life, from K to 12, for this college experience, or maybe a high school graduation too, whatever the case is. Stay strong. We're all in this together. Alrighty, so continuing on with the show here, guys, I'm going to let you guys know about the current coronavirus cases here in San Diego County, here in our neck of the woods, so that you guys know what's happening locally of the current situation right now. Now, as of April 8, we have about 1,530 confirmed coronavirus cases here in San Diego, and these are all residents. And right now I'm here on our San Diego County website, .gov website here, and most of the people that are infected are between the ages of 20 and 79 years old. And so just so you know, like, how vast this is in terms of age, I noticed that there's a lot of confirmed cases for the ages of 20 to 29. That's about the college age right there. And so just to give you guys perspective, this could happen to anyone. Anyone could get affected with the coronavirus. Now, whether you're young or old, anyone can really get it. It's just that older folks who are more prone to it have pretty much a high risk of getting infected by the virus. And then if we ever do get infected, hopefully not, we have more of a likelihood of going through it and surviving it. And so with all these numbers right here, I know these are just numbers, and with the flu it's much more worse than this, but with this one, there's no vaccine for it. That's the thing. And so that's why everyone's kind of freaking out, because there's no cure for the coronavirus, no exact cure. I know there are prevention measures, there's ways that you can try to kill it, and there's been talk about certain pills. I don't know what it was to treat malaria. That you're going to have to consult with your doctor in terms of talking about what type of medication that is to try to get rid of coronavirus, but that's not under my discretion. So leaving a disclaimer right there, talk to your healthcare provider. If you're getting symptoms of pretty much the virus, which is shortness of breath, fever, and cough. And so if you're having those symptoms, stay home, of course, and keep your distance, and contact your doctor and tell them what your symptoms are and where you can proceed from there if you ever get into that situation. Of course, don't keep it a secret. You want to be able to tell someone so that they're aware of what you're going through. That way you don't spread it. But right now, as of this time, we did have a couple of students who walked through our building there at school who may have came in contact with people who had the virus, and so they're asymptomatic, and so that's why they closed down our building. And so with the precautions that the school is doing, that's the decision that they made, just to take precautions very seriously and pretty much shut down our building. And so I know this is really scary because it's a silent killer. It is, it takes a lot of time to really get to know and learn about what this COVID-19 thing is. And so, throughout the past few weeks, I've just been learning, new things about it, how to prevent from getting it, how it's transmitted and all that. And speaking about transmission, how you get coronavirus, it's actually pretty simple. You just don't wash your hands and you're not aware of what you're touching, and then you end up touching your face with your dirty hands, and then you don't know what's on your hands and what you touch on surfaces or common surfaces that you touch in your home, whether it's a doorknob or a TV remote or some type of a handle, like a refrigerator in your kitchen, or it could be some type of surface, that someone touched. That's why you stay home because, you're living within your own germs, and that you're not introducing new germs into your home when you get out. That's why you're urged to stay home, and that's why people are recommended to stay home so that they can, quote, flatten the curve. And so in terms of flattening the curve, you might have heard about it, is that there's a spike right now in people who are quickly getting the virus. And so what they want to do is they want to lower down the number of people getting it so that hospitals don't overflow. And so that's why we need to pretty much lower down that curve so that hospitals can accommodate as many people as possible. They don't overload the hospitals. And also preventing people from even getting it in the first place. And so that's the whole goal here, folks, is if you do your part in pretty much keeping yourself healthy and keeping yourself really much away from people as much as possible, we can lower down this curve right here so that we can get out of this sooner than later, right? So I want to go back to school. We want to be able to live our lives the way that we did a month ago, pretty much. And so, with this precautions right now, it's very important to know what this disease is, what it can do, and how to prevent it. And so you can find all of that information on cdc.gov or the World Health Organization. They are the folks over there researching about this virus and preventative measures on how to keep yourself safe and healthy. And so, yeah, that's my little spiel there with the coronavirus and what to do if you're sick and all that. And, just to be aware of the situation, like what we've always been doing. And so just another, reminder again. And so, as you know, this is a global pandemic, and so we're not alone in this. If you think this is just happening to you, okay, it's happening to your neighbor, it's happening to, someone else within the realm of your family members or friends, the people who you meet constantly on a weekly basis, yes, they are affected by this too. And so, yeah, it's crazy. It really is, and I really hope it subsides. as soon as possible so that we can get back to our normal lives and continue on. You know what? I've been really thinking about the day that all of this ends, and then the country reopens back up again and the world reopens back up after this hiatus. And just to think that day, I'm so looking forward to that day where everything just starts opening back up. I can't wait till Disneyland opens back up. I can't wait till I can finally drive everywhere where I could and then just enjoy the beach or whatnot. I can't wait for that day. I can't wait to, start going back to concerts and seeing my favorite artists. I can't wait to see my friends. I can't wait to go back to school, although I won't be going back to Grossmont exactly because I'm transferring out. But I am excited to go to San Diego State. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, hopefully hopefully we won't be able to do online next semester and I can just go in physically and attend a class, right? But we'll see from here what happens. I know it's very unpredictable at this point. Everything's pretty much up in the air with this virus and who knows when it's going to end. But I'm talking about the day when this all ends and then we get to go out there and enjoy our freedom. That is definitely something to look forward to. I mean, like the economy is gonna boom right back up. Places are gonna be crowded again. Malls are gonna be crowded. It's gonna be hard to get into some places, but hey, as long as everyone's happy and free, that's what really matters. And I really look forward to that day. All right, guys, so moving on now, I'm going to talk about Grossmont College and what they offer right now with the current resources to continue to help students amid this COVID-19 pandemic. And so, like myself, and maybe yourself as well, you've been getting emails from Grossmont about what they're planning to do to continue to help students with support and services. And so, since we are going remotely for the rest of the semester, there still will be virtual pretty much campus support that's online that you can go to. And so with the current email that was sent on March 19, what you can do is go to their website, grossmont.edu, and there's a box that'll get your attention with the current up-to-date emails that they've been sending out. And the current one has links to campus support, to Grossmont College student resources, and also Cuyamaca College student resources, so that you're not alone in this as we go through this together. And so with these resources, these pages will offer pretty much Canvas tutorials, access to textbooks online, tips for online success, and information on free or low-cost Wi-Fi as well. So if you have any questions about classes, how to proceed with the rest of the semester, all of those questions will be answered there on the website. And there's links where you can connect with the dean and the vice president of academic affairs and find the appropriate people who you can come in contact with over the phone or through Zoom meetings or email on the websites. And if you need any assistance or resources, you can dial 211 here in San Diego for pretty much like Medi-Cal or MediFresh, which is food and housing assistance. So if you're having trouble, finding food, or maybe we don't want you to go hungry, the state of California, also has a website for resources and assistance affected by anyone affected by COVID-19. And what you can do is go to covid19.ca.gov as well to access applications for unemployment assistance, which is paid family leave, and also disability benefits, and more of that as well. And if you are planning to withdraw because it just isn't working out with all the virtual learning right now, or if you're going to do a late drop, Grossmont College understands that. This is a challenging time, of course, and it's going to be hard to complete the semester for some students. So any information about withdrawal and late drops is available right there on the COVID-19 information page. Again, on grossmont.edu, our official website, there's a blue box that gets your attention. Just click on that, and then there's links in there. That's where I am right now. I'm just reading off of it. So it's also important to stay informed. Grossmont College will keep you informed with any new developments. So keep yourself updated. Keep that email open, okay? Because they could email you at any time regarding about any information if we open back up for business, any of that. I really hope they do. Be sure to check your email regularly, and also their social media pages as well on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram that are active on those sites. I noticed they are mostly active on Facebook. They've been posting lots of things on Facebook, and I just noticed it now because I only follow them on Instagram. And so if you have Facebook, be sure to like the Grossmont College official Facebook page so that you're currently in tune with what's happening around school. And so, there's also a link to the COVID-19 information page, which provides you with any updates right now in terms of what they're planning to do in the near future and what their current plan is right now. And so it's a cohesive work in progress between the chancellor and the president of both colleges. If you have any questions right now, there's a student Q&A regarding questions about withdrawals and late drops. And so there's a whole bunch of Q&As right here of pretty much common questions that students ask. You might have the same question that you want answered, so it's all in here, and they provide links to all the counseling of both colleges. Okay, and then that's pretty much it for the current updated information webpage on their site. Other than that, on Facebook, this is what I found. Coming up, they have what's called a virtual student success fair, and it is about learning about how the student success departments can support you as they continue to transition to a virtual campus. So you will receive real-time information and updates, and you will get your questions answered. And so if you're continuing on next semester, you're not graduating or transferring out yet, or maybe you're new, or maybe you're about to attend Grossmont College, this is for you. It will be held on Tuesday, April 14 from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And it will be held, of course, virtually online, and all the information is on there. And so there will be a student presentation at noon to 12:30, and then there will be an open Q&A session starting at 12:30. And the Zoom meeting ID is 347 164 141 347 164 141. That's the Zoom meeting ID. If you haven't created a Zoom account yet, and you're interested in finding out what's going on here, you might want to create an account. If you haven't already, I know most of us have, teachers and students. So as I'm scrolling through their Facebook feed right here, what they do have is, if you live in the South Bay area, there is an emergency drive-through distribution that will be taking place this Friday, April 10, and that is at the Southwestern College, 900 Otay Lakes Road in Chula Vista. That is from 9 a.m. until pretty much when the food is gone. And so useful information there. Good to know. Again, it's an emergency drive-through food distribution in Chula Vista at Southwestern College on Friday, April 10 from 9 a.m. until all the food is gone. Also, here is another useful tip. Right now, your college financial aid is still available. The current crisis has taken a toll on many people's finances, but rest assured, your final aid is protected. Grossmont College students will continue to have access to financial aid, including student loans. So while you're at home studying online, you can plan ahead by completing the FAFSA now. It is the form that opens the door to most types of federal, state, and local financial aid. So what you can do is you can visit grossmont.edu/FA for financial aid updates, and stayenrolled.com for more information and tips. And so there you go. More useful information. College financial aid is still available. You can plan ahead for the fall term, completing the FAFSA right now if you continue on next semester. And you can visit stayenrolled.com for more tips. Also, here's some useful information to know as well for events happening at Grossmont College virtually that I found online. There is what's called a Career Services April 2020 calendar, which involves virtual engagements. So for career exploration workshops, what they do for exploring majors. They have a Friday, April 17 workshop from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Now, they also have what's called a 21st Century Skills Workshops. So these are a series of workshops that help you prepare for the workforce. So it's kind of like job preparation workshops on April 17th. They have what's called an Effective Communications Feedback That Works workshop that will take place from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. They have a customer service workshop on that same day, April 17th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then on Friday, April 24, they have what's called Self-Awareness Workshop, which is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then they have the Why Workshop, WHY, the Why Workshop, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. All of these workshops here for job preparation for career pathways, if you're interested in joining any of these workshops, they are all virtually online. They have the Zoom RSVP link on the bottom of the Grossmont College Career Services April 2020 calendar. So you can search that up there on their website at grossmont.edu. I got this off of their Instagram page. So anything that I find that is pretty much newsworthy in terms of helping the student be successful in college through COVID-19, I take snapshots of it and I announce it here on my podcast so that you guys are aware of it and so that you guys, can get help and support from the school. Other than that, any internship programs that they have as well have already passed, and so I'm sorry about that. It takes place on April 9th, but yeah, by the time I post this, it's already finished. Also, they had what's called a day in the life guest professional presentations. Also, those have passed. And so they could be doing more, who knows? You might want to ask them for more information about these workshops here if you have any questions that needs to be answered. It's definitely helpful for students who are still continuing at Grossmont next semester. And if you have any questions for like you may be transferring out or maybe looking for a job, these are the workshops for you to pretty much guide you in the process of attaining these skills so that you can continue to have a good future ahead of you in finding a future career, finding your forte, is what they say, finding what you love, and gaining those skills and applying them into the workforce. So that's good to know. Also, I found this interesting as well. The ASGC elections are taking place. So what you can do is if you're interested in joining the ASGC, our student government at Grossmont College, and if you're a leader, if you want to lead, there will be election virtual office hours from Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's an hour window right there. And they have one from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., another hour window. For the 10 to 11 a.m., their Zoom ID is 135-704-226. That's the 10 to 11 a.m. Zoom ID. It's all online, okay? And then for the 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Zoom ID is 978-523-929. So be sure to jot that down. You can always rewind the podcast here if you missed out on that. Again, ASGC elections, they are holding virtual office hours. If you're interested in your leadership in student government in Grossmont College, it's a great program to get into, guys. Really teaches you a lot of stuff. And I've been to one of their meetings and they have great leaders, student leaders there. And so I think one student who's a representative represents like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 students at a time. And so there's like multiple leaders there that'll help out, like that represent literally like thousands of students. And so with, on average, we have about, 15 to 20,000 students who go to Grossmont College. I don't know what the number is now, but every student leader in ASGC represents a certain number of students, and so that's a lot of students. So if you're interested in leadership, if this is your forte, if this is what you want to do, get into government, it all starts at school. It all starts at Grossmont College, and getting involved with local leadership within your school, within your community, and beyond. Now, here's more important information to know as a student. If you have Instagram, be sure to follow Grossmont Outreach on Instagram. It is a page where Grossmont College students are able to see what different resources that they can attain while at the college. And so coming up, what they have is, actually it's happening right now as we speak, they have scholarships that are available. So what you can do is you can apply right now. The application deadline is June 5. So this is great news for Grossmont Cuyamaca students. So the scholarship application has reopened in case you missed the deadline. Even better, you're only required to do one application to apply for all scholarships. Always know that we're here for you, and our goal is to assist every student in need, especially during this time of uncertainty. The new application deadline is on June 5th. And we will be offering virtual application workshops if you need assistance. So to easily access the links, check your email from GCCCD and apply in these 3 easy steps. So what you can do is you can go to GCCCD, so that's 3 C's, and then a D, academicworks.com, and you can sign in if you're previously applied for a scholarship, or you can create an account by clicking on the sign up button and using your GCCCD registered email address. So as you know, you should already know this, that you have a school email address besides your current personal email address. So this school email address helps you gain access to places on the internet where you can receive assistance, and so it's important to know that and important to check that email as well. Number 2 is that you can complete the easy application. It's a competitive process, so be sure to read and answer each question thoroughly. And then 3, you can submit it and hope that you get the money right there, scholarships available for you, so you can continue to pay for your classes, pay for any books, supplies that you may need during this time. If you need assistance with your application, sign up for a 1-to-1 online virtual workshop through the link provided in their description there in Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's on Facebook as well. I mean, these people are everywhere, so be sure to reach out for them if you need any assistance. Also, do you need money for rent, tech, or other expenses? You are eligible for a $500 grant if you are currently enrolled in a full-time undergrad at a UCCSU or community college system. And another requirement is that have earned a 1 academic year of credits. And another requirement is for you to let them know, in case you are at low income, you are eligible for what's called a Pell Grant or CA Promise Grant, or what's called a BOG fee waiver, BOG, if you have heard of that or if you're aware of that. So with these 3 requirements, if you have these 3 requirements and you're eligible for it, you could receive $500 to pay for anything, really. Your classes, your supplies, you can buy food and all that. So yeah, you never know what happens. Just apply anyway and see what happens. So what you can do is, there is a link, a bit.ly link on the Grossmont Outreach page, and you can type that in the search bar for more information on that. Okay, guys, so that is it for now in terms of what I found online in terms of resources happening and services at Grossmont. So very useful information to know, and I hope that you guys take it for granted and take advantage of it as long as it lasts, because it is competitive, is what they said. And so anything that's competitive, like, we get on it at the moment, right? Get on it as soon as possible and get her done. I am almost done with my podcast here, guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to what I have to say here today. If it's a little boring, I'm sorry. I'll try to get new content here as the weeks flow along. This is my first official one that's going on YouTube. Now, before I end my podcast today, I want to do a special shout out session here. Real quick, I want to give a big, huge shout out to all the grocery store clerks, all of the truck drivers, the medical professionals, the restaurant workers, retail workers, the generous neighbors within our community, the warehouse workers, the farmers, the janitors, the garbage men, and other sanitation workers, the nurses, the first responders, my mom, who's an essential worker. All of these special people that are out right now risking their health because they are essential and they need to continue with pretty much the livelihood of society right now. Thank you so much, guys, for doing what you do. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys so much, what you guys do to go out there and pretty much risk your health, because this virus is a silent killer and you never know who you come in contact with and what you touch. And so being out there right now, out of home, where you're supposed to actually be home, this is different. You know, I'm glad that you guys continue to have a job and all that, and you know, I'm thankful to have you guys around, pretty much helping out the community and trying to keep us afloat amid everything that's been going on. So a big special thank you to everyone out there, all the essential workers that are on the lines right now and working hard for the betterment of our community. Thank you so much. Also, a shout out to all of our listeners. If you have listened through my podcast all the way to the last few minutes here of the hour, thank you so much. Type your name in below. You know, where are you listening from? Where what's your location? Where are you listening from? What's the city that you're listening from? And what your name is, so we can give you shout outs as well. So thank you for that. Stay tuned for more content right here on Griffin Radio. We've posted a couple videos already, a couple promos from our beloved DJs there here at the station. Thank you guys for doing that, and I hope that you enjoy our promos and our liners and all of our podcasts that we're planning to put up there. Again, I'm not the only one doing this. There's like 10, 11 other people to keep in tune with the latest news as well. We do have 5-minute newscasts that we're doing, and so that way you're updated with pretty much the latest about what's happening locally, nationally, and around the world. Stay tuned for that. And, you know, I also love just doing the weather as well. Our weather segment at the end of our newscast. I find that very fun. Not sure about traffic, though, because traffic is A-okay almost all the time because there's barely any people out. So there's really not much to report on traffic reports on the roadways. So, you know, since everyone's mostly at home, I'm pretty sure your morning commute will be A-okay, especially your evening commute as well. All right, so as we close up here, I'm going to mention all of our social media platforms, our website, how you can contact us. For our website, where you can go to is www.grossmont.edu/Griffin Radio. When you go to that website, you will immediately be directed to this YouTube channel. We used to have a live stream where you can click play and listen to us live. That's not going to be happening anytime soon. And so for now, for the rest of the semester we will be on YouTube, okay? Because you can't find us. You can't even find us on the TuneIn app anymore, okay? We're out of there for now, temporarily, until we open back up for next semester. Hopefully by then, sooner than later, right? And for all of our social media platforms, you can follow us on Instagram at Griffin Radio SD. Griffin has 2 F's in it, and there's no spaces or underscores or anything. It's just straight Griffin Radio SD. SD as in San Diego. Then on Facebook, we have a profile page called Griffin Radio SD. So it's similar to our Instagram page. And then we also have another Facebook page that's not a profile, but it's just a regular page called Griffin Radio 119. Again, it's Griffin Radio 119. And then moving over to Twitter, we have G_radio SD on Twitter. So be sure to follow us there as well. Yeah, I know we have a Twitter account. So if you have Twitter, be sure to follow us there as well. We really appreciate it. Other than that, we are on YouTube. So be sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you are updated with every video that we post, so that you're probably in tune with what we're doing and what the latest updates are and all of the creative aspects about what we do here on Griffin Radio. With all our DJs, all our staff, we are working hard right now to make this happen. So please continue to listen in, tell your friends, tell your family. If you're really bored, just listen to us. We'll be posting more content later on in the week and the weeks ahead. So we're getting used to this new life that we have right now with everything going virtual, working from our computers. And so thank you for being patient with us as we move all of our content online. That's pretty much it, guys, for now, for my very first official podcast that's going up here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Once again, my name is Giann, and you are listening to Griffin Radio.